Hey, what's up guys? This is Jeff with Gamestork, and man, there's lots of news. It seems like the Nintendo Switch news just keeps rolling out each and every day. Super exciting to see so much stuff going on, so many things happening. So without further ado, let's jump right into this awesome set of news.
Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby.
So the first thing I want to start with is the file size for Rayman Legends Definitive Edition. Now, if you're like me, you're someone who has decided, which is odd for me because I do love collecting, to try to go digital, just because of the fact that I am always moving. I do always have my Switch with me, and it makes life much easier if I am all digital. So at this point, I have a cartridge for The Legend of Zelda, and then also one to Switch, which don't know how I feel about that game, but the rest of everything I have is digital, and yeah, it's really cool. And I plan to do the same thing with Rayman Legends Definitive Edition, despite the fact that I played this game twice. So if you are looking to download this, it looks like it won't be too big. It's 2.9 gigabytes still. This physical edition will be available in stores if you want that on September the 12th, but it's also available via digital. Now, if you're like me, I went and got a 200 gig mini SD card to put in there. Big tip, if you are looking for a mini SD card, do not get a Samsung one. Because I bought a 256 Samsung that works fine on my computer, but it would not work in my Nintendo Switch. So I wound up putting in my Microsoft Surface, and it worked fine, and I used it there, so that's okay. But as far as the Switch, it did not work good. I had to go buy a top-of-the-line SanDisk, and it did work good. So once the 1 terabyte and things like that come out, this space won't be as much of an issue. But until then, it looks like it's going to be, and it's my hope that in the meantime, you know, I'll be able to fit everything on there without having to delete anything, because, you know, I hate that on the PS4, and I hate that on Xbox and everything, that when you want to go digital, you have to delete everything that you have within a short amount of time, and I really don't want to do that on my Switch either. So hopefully, you know, that's something that's remedied. So Breath of the Wild gets a new update. This is 1.3.1, and you get items from new news channel that's provided there. So the 1.3.1 says, we have fixed the issue in Pack 1, the Master Trials of the Expansion Pass, which in defeating certain enemies for Kilton was not counted towards completion when playing the Master Mode. In-game items can be obtained from launching the software from certain articles distributed through the news channel via the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Tips from the Wild channel, which can be accessed through the news on the home menu. This channel is expected to open on the 9th of this month, which is tomorrow, and depending on your game progress and location, certain items may not be obtainable, so it just depends on where you are. And also it says there were various fixes to improve gameplay, so this provides us some bonus content for keeping up with the news. Also, if you're one of those who have been fighting through the Master Trials in Master Mode, first of all, I applaud you. I just got back into the Breath of the Wild, and I have to say I'm really excited, really stoked about it. I'm just going back to collect the Korok seeds though, and I have not started a Master Mode, and I have went through the trials, but it's just one of those things, you know. I don't know, because I know if I restart this game now, I'm going to play through it again. It's addicting like that. And so if I feel like if I can just collect the Korok seeds and wait on the new DLC, I'll be fine without playing it through that higher mode, just because there's so many other things backlogged. Like, I haven't played things like Nier Automata yet or anything like that, and I really want to play that. And there are a lot of games that I want to play and try to get through before Mario plus Rabbids comes out, which is probably going to dominate a good bit of my time once it hits, or at least for that 20 some odd hours or however long it lasts. So if you're a fan of Sega and you're specifically Sonic, and you're waiting on Sonic Mania, hey, I got some really good news about this. There's a new competitive mode that has been announced. So if you like to compete with other people and you love Sonic, and you're waiting on Sonic Mania, and all those things come together in your universe, then you'll see that this is some great news for you. So Sega announced a brand new mode for the Sonic Mania. In the final game, players will be able to experience this competitive mode we're speaking about. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are playable here. Winners are determined by various factors, which include clear time score, number of items acquired, number of rings acquired when clearing the level, total number of rings acquired throughout the level. Rules of each match can be adjusted by selecting items, the item boxes, and the number of rounds that it takes. So it looks really really cool. Like the split screen on it looks solid, and it seems like a lot of fun. The Nintendo Switch is all about, you know, multiplayer anywhere, everywhere. So this makes sense because it goes along with what makes the Nintendo Switch so great is the fact that although it is fun for one-player games, it's also very awesome, and maybe even more so for the multiplayer games that are out there, because you can play multiplayer anywhere, anytime. And I don't know, you know, a lot of people complain about the Nintendo Switch's power and all this, but let me tell you, they might sacrifice a little bit of get like down to 720 on a game, but it's always at 60 frames per second. This machine is a 60 frames per second machine. It is extremely impressive. All these games coming out at a lower resolution might be at a lower resolution, but me personally, I prefer frame rate over resolution any day. And that's especially when you have games that you compete, and it's impressive when these games go 60 frames per second when you're carrying them on the go. It's insane to think that this is really something that's happening. Bravo, Nintendo. So there's this new game coming out that is from a third-party developer who's an indie developer, and it's called Brawl Out. And this is a game coming to the eShop. I don't know. I mean, it's one that looks really good, and I don't want to say anything bad preemptively about a game because it does look really cool. The thing is this is a mock-up of what Super Smash Bros. Is here. So this is set to come out late 2017. It's pretty much Super Smash Bros. By a indie developer who created a bunch of cool looking characters. I admit they look really neat. The fighting is very, very similar, and they plan to release this year. It's designed for couch play, as I said, online ranked matches and competitive tournaments. Now this was debuted on Steam earlier this year, so perhaps I'll do a Let's Play on this one, and we'll see, you know, just exactly what it's all about. But there are plenty of details in the overview that's provided. It says, striking the balance between the growing competitive scene and the genre's party game roots, Brawl Out hopes to cater to the veteran platform fighter, the casual fan, and the newcomer looking to make their mark. Brawl Out does away with the shields and blocking, focuses heavily on aggressive, fast-paced combat, which has made platform fighters so much fun to play and watch. Each character in Brawl Out has their own unique playstyle, catering to a specific character archetype seen in other fighters. Now, whether you're a diehard grappler or a rushdown fiend, there is a fighter for you in Brawl Out. Combined with a familiar movement technique and wave dashing and air dodging, Brawl Out adds some extra mechanics seen in the fighting games and other fighting games specifically. The rage meter builds up as you deal both damage and take damage, allowing you to either break combos with the rage burst or unleash hell with the rage mode. Now the rage burst pushes back opponents, breaking their combos and allowing players to create some breathing room at the cost of half of their rage meter. If the meter fills, you can activate the rage mode, increasing the knockback you deal while reducing the amount you take. As for modes, Brawl Out has what you'd expect from a normal platform fighter, and then some. Up to 4 players can compete in local multiplayer in either time, stock, or team battles. AI opponents are also available if you want to practice your team combos with a friend, or if you need to fill out, if you feel the need to fill out a free-for-all, you can. Brawl Out's online suite is suitably robust with all the following features: free-for-all, casual matches for low-stress competition, a robust rank system, compete with regional leaderboards, 2 to 4 players with private lobbies where players can practice or mess about in their heart's content, a Brawl Out network where players can check their fight stats, match history, and replays, Brawl Out TV, which allows for live spectating, and so on. So this game looks really cool. It seems solid, and the fact that it has been out on Steam, I might do a Let's Play. It just depends. I haven't looked up to see how much this costs, and if I do get my hands on this, we'll check it out prior to its release just to see, you know, what this thing is all about. It seems very, very cool. I like it, but I think what makes Smash so successful, and I think PlayStation learned this with All Stars, is the fact that it has, you know, these lovable Nintendo characters in it, in which we really want to beat the crap out of other Nintendo characters with, you know. So people see Bayonetta, or they see Mario, or they see Bowser, or, you know, or Link, and they want to go fight with them, and that's, you know, that's part of the appeal of that. So it makes me wonder how well Brawl Out will do, but if you are into platform fighters, this does seem like a very solid game for you, and I look forward to looking this up since I have not played it and trying to check it out on Steam. So if you're one of those who's been asking about the release date for Axiom Verge, it's you know, it's a real thing now. Somebody reached out on Twitter and asking Tom Happ from Axiom Verge when this game is coming out, and it says any solid date for the Nintendo Switch version, and they specifically said October 17th. So this thing is coming October the 17th. That is, I guess, pending the this, you know, it could change at any moment, okay? But as of right now, according to the developer, October 17th is the day for Axiom Verge to be released. Now here's some cool stuff. If you're looking to get a new Nintendo 3DS, and then I've got great news for you. If you love Metroid like me, Nintendo has announced a special Samus edition of the 3DS XL system, which will launch alongside Metroid Samus Returns on September the 15th. Now, the limited edition system, priced at $200 US, does not include a copy of the aforementioned 3DS game, which is interesting. It is just the console, not the game. And I will say that even though it is not the game, this console looks really sleek. It is really cool, and I want it. Metroid Samus Returns is a reimagined game, which is based off of the original Game Boy game from 1991. The game features amiibo support for 2 brand new amiibo which are coming out, as well as the Samus Aran and the Zero Suit Samus amiibo for the Super Smash Bros. In fact, you'll need the squishy Metroid amiibo in order to unlock the game's fusion difficulty mode. So this is one of those things to where if you're looking to play the higher difficulty mode, you have to buy the amiibo, which I won't say how I feel about that right now, but what I will say is I am looking forward to this game, and I do hope to get my hands on some of these amiibos. I hope that they're available when the time comes. Now, don't forget Mario + Rabbids Kingdom Battle is coming out this month, and if you're looking for pre-order bonuses, there are some now exclusive at GameStop. If you want a special edition, which comes with the collector's box, a 6-inch figure of Rabid Mario, also 12 physical collector's cards and the original soundtrack on CD. This comes in at $100, and it's specifically at GameStop. So if you're interested in that statue and what's included there, that's where you need to go. Now, other than that, you're going to come into what's called a pixel pack, which includes 8 weapons, and this is pretty much across the board. Amazon, the standard edition at $60, gives you this. Best Buy gives you this pixel pack, which is also for $60. The GameStop obviously has the pixel pack, but it also offers you the collector's edition. From the standard is at $60 and the collector's is at $100. So it's up to you, you know, and that's really neat. Places like Newegg, Target, Walmart, so on and so forth, all the big ones, they're probably going to have that pixel pack. Be sure to check that out and see, you know, if you are interested. I don't know about you guys, I do like those statues. I know a lot of people hate the Rabbids, but they've kind of grown on me because my kids watch them, and they're way better than the Minions. No offense to anybody who loves Minions, but I just think that they're really funny, and they're not really rabbits. You know, they could be from the moon. We don't know because they keep trying to get back to the moon, and they're confused about who they are, and they're really obnoxious and just funny and stupid. And like, I don't know, it's interesting. So, but anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this news update. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Be sure to like and subscribe below if you haven't already. For all things Nintendo here at Gamestork, I really, again, appreciate you. I love you guys, and we'll see you next time.